From the beginning, SANS has been a mission-driven organization. We want to make the world a safer place.
At SANS, we've always had this focus on empowering cybersecurity professionals with the real-world, practical skills they need.
Our courses, certifications, cyber ranges, college, scholarship programs, community resources, they all maintain the highest standards in the cybersecurity training and certification community.
And as a teacher, as a mentor, it's so rewarding to have that role in making it happen. You'll get more value from a SANS class than any other training course easily.
Hello and welcome back to the last day at RSA Conference 2022. We are streaming to you live from our booth, 3416, here on the floor. Listen, if you're here at RSA, it's not too late to come stop by the booth and say hello. Would love to share some information about SANS with you. We've been having conversations over the last 4 days with dynamic voices within our community. And so I invite you right now to go ahead and scan the QR code that's on the screen or click the link that shows up in the comments below. There's a landing page we've created with some really amazing information, but it also has a schedule of all the conversations that we shared in this week. You can go back and look at several of those conversations. I am so very excited to be wrapping up a week of amazing conversations with Jess Garcia. Jess is the founder and technical lead of 1E Security, a global information security company that specializes in incident response and digital forensics. Over 20 years in the field, right, Jess?
Over nearly 25 now.
Nearly 25. Welcome. Thank you so much for hanging with me in the booth.
It's fantastic to be here.
Tell those of our viewers here who maybe don't know you yet a little bit more about who you are and what you do.
Well, I've been in information security and most of it in DFIR for almost 25 years. And I've been teaching for SANS for almost 20 years. I make 20 years this year.
Really?
So yeah, it's a lot of time. I've been teaching more than 10 different courses, and I've seen cybersecurity evolve, and DFIR especially evolve over those years. Back in the time when I started, there was no DFIR like that. And today we have like this brutal amount of different courses which are different specializations in so many topics. So it's has been quite a trip.
Yeah.
And I think being with SANS all these years has been amazing, you know, as a trip. So really fun stuff.
That's amazing. 20 years. What drew you to SANS originally?
It's a long story, but it was completely by accident. I was looking for information security. Then I received this letter at my lab. I was working for the Spanish Space Agency at the time. And I saw this, information security training. And then I came to New Orleans for the first time and I completely got hooked. The quality of the contents, the quality of the topics, and the human side of the instructors, for me was like completely a hooking experience. I was 5 years an attendee, and then I became an instructor in 2002.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's my story, right?
And so was it always a tilt to like digital forensics? Like, has that changed over the years?
A lot. At the beginning, I was just doing detection.
Okay.
I started at a time when we were doing protection and a little bit of detection.
Okay.
And little by little, we started having more and more incidents. I mean, And that started to grow to the craziness we have today. The complexity that we see in incidents today requires very, very advanced preparation. And I think that's one of the things that attracts me more for teaching for science. I teach many of the courses in the forensic curriculum, and I think delivering that content like 610 reversing or cyber threat intelligence or threat hunting and incident response, and sharing my experiences with my students is probably one of the most rewarding things I can ever do. So I totally love it.
Yeah. So you know DIFA, but why is that your passion? What is it that draws you to DIFA?
I think when I was giving my presentation yesterday, or the day before, I was actually using a T-shirt of War Games, the movie of, I think it's 1982. And I think that changed a generation. When I saw that movie, it's like, oh my God, I want to become a hacker. Eventually, what I realized is that it was more fun to catch the hackers than even hacking. Yeah. And then so I turned from hacking, which I did a little bit at the very beginning, to being a DFIR person. And I never regret it. I mean, it's been a challenge every single day. And there are always new things, new technologies, new threat actors, new challenges that we need to solve. So it never stops evolving, which is amazing.
You touched on talking a couple of days ago. How did that go?
It was very cool. Actually, I've been working in the application of machine learning to the FIR during the last couple of years. Yes. There is not a lot out there, so I thought when the pandemic started, I had some extra time, to devote to this. And then I thought it could be amazing to be able to use all those things that now we see in Netflix and so many other services to the advantage of our practice, right? So in the last couple of years, I've been developing open source software, doing research on how to automate and grow all the things that we do in forensics and threat hunting using machine learning and data science. And we're starting to have very cool results. I had, the audience in my talk seemed very pleased with these new concepts I was introducing. And I think that's going to truly be changing the way we do things in 3 to 5 years' time. So very exciting.
Wow. So what might we expect? And maybe expanding out from there, what are you seeing at RSA this week that might be surprising to you, or are there any trends that you're tapping into?
I've been surprised by the amount of ideas that you see here. Okay, there is obviously, the first thing that strikes you is that the amount of money you see here in this industry. Okay, I have a Formula One car just in front of me. Yeah. I mean, you don't see that in every conference, right? Yeah. And a DeLorean for Back to the Future and things like that. So I think that comes, and with money, typically comes talent and ideas and the possibility to develop your project, and I see a lot of that here. So that has impressed me a lot. And of course, another of the things that I was really impressed about was by the talk that our colleagues, Johannes, Heather, Ed, and
Katie Nichols.
Yeah, Katie Nichols and Rob Lee were giving yesterday, especially on the very motive from the sense that it was a tribute to Alan Paller, which has been our founder and a real game changer in the world, right? And I think that was truly impressive. I was moved. And in addition to that, I think the best tribute was to present once again in this context the value that SANS provides to the community in terms of that knowledge that we have, that we gather from so many instructors, from so many organizations that collaborate with SANS, from our students, and we then deliver in a specific channel, like yesterday when we were talking about what are the top threats. I was super pleased when I was seeing everyone taking notes in such an effective delivery of the top threats, which are beyond what people are seeing today, are very much things that come from the ground, from the trenches, from people who are doing this every day.
Practitioners in
So
the
I
field. Yeah.
totally love kudos to our colleagues because it was a fantastic sharing.
Yeah. Cyber and F1, what else can you ask for? Says Ivy. I appreciate the comments coming in. Listen, if you're tuning in, feel free to drop a question in the chat. Let us know where you're connecting with us from. We love that. I know that from your bio, Jess, you've worked at the Spanish Space Agency and you've collaborated with NASA and the European Space Agency. I'm sure you've done some pretty fascinating things with these different organizations. What can you share with some of the work you're doing now with 1E Security?
It is true that many, my background, actually before that I started being, I was a tour guide, right, back when I was at university. And what I can share is that everything you do in your life actually builds what you are today, okay? I could have never been good at teaching if I didn't get the background with humans when I was a tour guide. Actually, as you very well know, in our community, we tend to be close. Our human interface is not very well developed.
Yeah.
The APIs are not working very well. Yeah. And when you are able to communicate and share and enjoy the presence of and the communication with your students, some magic happens. And what I've done over the years, my company, I've been running my company for 15 years now. Wow. And I've created a truly amazing team. I'm really so proud to be able to work with them every day. They have an amazing talent. And especially as a team, they're an amazing set of individuals. And I can tell you that makes a real difference when we are doing incident response, because I realized over the years that it is the team, it is the humans working together that change things. Individually, no matter how smart you are, you're not going to be achieving that much. But when you work in a team which is really passionate about what they're doing, what really gets the training they need, gets the knowledge they need, get the the real world experience they need, they make magic happen. Yeah. And that happens in every incident, every project we do with our customers, which many times are global incidents with tens of thousands of machines involved, and no matter, very hard work, but we enjoy a lot. So I'm so proud to be part of this team.
I love it. Jess, where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Madrid.
Madrid.
So Madrid, Spain. Yeah.
So your colleague Ismael Valenzuela.
Yeah, we've been we've been knowing each other for 25 years almost. Yeah.
You and Ismael.
Yeah, he was one of the pioneers in Spain in cybersecurity. He started one of the first cybersecurity companies, and we met back in the time, and it's been an amazing trip. We've been working together, teaching together, being in conferences, and yeah, I'm really proud to have him as a friend for so many years now. Yeah.
What needs to happen? What's your advice to other, young, up-and-coming Spaniards, right, like that are coming into cybersecurity? What's your advice to them?
I would say you need to let your passion flow. Mm-hmm. We live in a world that now some people are questioning hard work, some people are questioning the way we've been doing things throughout the years, and I understand that we need to rethink how we have been doing things. But I always like to say, like this old saying which says, find a job that you like and you will never really work. Yeah. That has been, for the most part, my experience, right? So that would be my recommendation to the young people who are starting. If you have a passion, whatever it is, fight for it. You will have to work hard. Yeah. I mean, all of us, all the ones that have been growing in this community know that very well. But you can reach there. And when you do, you can make a change, and you can actually, and you will be enjoying the trip. Because it's all about enjoying the trip, enjoying the people journey. You meet, and enjoying your passion to the moment.
Yeah, without question. Jess, thank you so much for sharing in this conversation with us. This is, anything else that you want to share before we wrap up?
No, I think it's amazing that you guys are doing this live stream this year, and I'm I would love to be here next year again.
Absolutely. I would love to have a panel with maybe you and Ismail, right? Like, I'm going to speak that into existence and have the two of you have a good dialogue. This has been a great week. We appreciate many of you who have been tuning in over the last 4 days. We invite you once again to scan that QR code on screen or hop into the link. I know it's here in the comments, both on YouTube and LinkedIn. We have an amazing playlist on our YouTube channel for SANS Institute that shares all these amazing conversations we've had over the course of the week. So feel free to connect, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.
Thank you.
From the beginning, SANS has been a mission-driven organization. We want to make the world a safer place.
That's one of the reasons why so many incredibly talented, highly respected security experts have wound up teaching here.
The instructors you find in the classroom are not only renowned security practitioners, but they also excel in mentoring.
At SANS, we've always had this focus on empowering cybersecurity professionals with the real-world, practical skills they need, not just to evolve and grow in their careers, but ultimately develop expertise that's going to help change the world.
It's made me more excited about being in cybersecurity just because there is so much going on. And so, getting connected and understanding, just kind of, what's new and what's out there, that's what SANS brings, and that's awesome.
Our courses, certifications, cyber ranges, college, scholarship programs, community resources, they all maintain the highest standards in the cybersecurity training and certification community.
At SANS, you're surrounded by a network of cybersecurity experts who help you learn. We want to help you solve a problem and teach you the skills to solve your future problems.
And we're really proud of the community we've created, which has practitioners from around the globe coming together to share knowledge to stay at the cutting edge of adversary tactics and defense techniques.
If you're considering taking your first SANS course, just do it. I don't know how else to say it other than just do it. I was super nervous when I took my first. I did not know what to expect. But when you come here, it doesn't matter what level you are, from beginner to intermediate to advanced to expert. I'm going to say you're going to pick up on something from either the instructors or the students, because the level of expertise and the level of education that you get here, you cannot get anywhere else.
SANS students are learning the skills they need to change the world.
To make the world a safer place.
And as a teacher, as a mentor, it's so rewarding to have that role in making it happen. You'll get more value from a SANS class than any other training course easily.